Wednesday the 29th of July 2020, and I'm on day 3 creating another little patch of mosaic for my landing. And it's a small area opposite the mandala that I created last week, and I'm basically using ready-mades and hardly cutting anything really, apart from scoring and snapping the ready-mades into little areas so that they fit into bits and bobs. I'm using little mirror, hello, and little sparkly gold bits as well, which I've scored and snapped those. They're with squares, so I've cut them, divided them into 3 and made little delightfulness out of that. A little bit of hexagonal joy. And yeah, it's sort of 34 centimetres by about 6 foot. Here are some ready-mades. This is the background. So I'm just going to now infill with the background and these faceted mirrors, which you can get in sheets. As you can see, I've got lots of sheets of things like this. There's lots of sheets in here as well, as you can see. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Okay, friends, it took me a nice couple of hours to finish off this section of the mosaic for my Mandala Mosaic themed project on my landing. The next stage now is to trim off the excess around the edges, and I've just cut up mosaic in half using my Stanley knife so that it will fit together, but it's not too heavy when I install it on the wall. I thought I'd also show you what I've mosaiced on. This is sticky back plastic, which you can get from any stationer's shop or online. It's 50 centimetres wide. I tend to buy it in 10-metre rolls. It comes on a gridded backing paper, which is also good if you want to make sure that you've got straight lines and accuracy, if you so desire. And it being sticky as well, a plastic surface as well, you can apply it onto your mesh and then draw up your designs. Now, usually what I do with sticky back plastic is peel off the gridded paper and apply it onto my drawing. But I didn't really need to do that. I just needed to measure up 34 centimetres wide by 6 foot long, or what's 6 foot? 240 centimetres, and know exactly that I was doing a free drawing using the 15 centimetre in diameter mirrors as my starting point. So that was nice and free, and I didn't have to stick to a pattern as such. I made my own pattern up so that it brings a lot of light in the area where I'm working. I also used Fibre-Glass mesh as opposed to mosaic mesh. If you buy mosaic mesh in hobbycraft shops, they tend to be quite expensive for a small amount of mesh. I tend to buy 50-metre long pieces because I obviously am working on big walls, etc. You can buy them in 1 metre lengths as well, so it works out much better if you Google up render mesh and find it on eBay, etc. You'll find it's a lot cheaper. I'll put a link to the Drywall Master, but other, Fibre-Glass mesh are available, and it's all good stuff. So it's just a case of comparing prices, really. I find that this stuff is really strong, so that I can just lift it up in one go. And as you can see how I've spot adhered to the tessera so that the tile adhesive will go through on the back and through these gaps and holes so that it will adhere properly. What else to tell you? I think I ought to show you what wall I'm going to apply it to. So as you know, this is what I created last week and adhered it onto the wall on Friday afternoon. And opposite is where I'm going to put the current mosaic with the 6 mirrors. So I am going to do that right now. So friends, I mixed up a bowl of Max Flex Fibre by Bal. It's a tile adhesive. And I used 4 parts of powder to about a part and a half of water, so that it's a nice thick consistency. The reason why I use the Max Flex Fibre is that it has a pot life of 5 hours. Of course I won't need those 5 hours, but but it's really good when I'm using it for outside mosaics and I'm sort of adhering to the back of a tile or a tessera and adhering it onto the wall. So I've used my usual 6mm notch trowel and I've combed it onto the wall using my usual trusty rubber kidney and applied it onto the wall and then combed it with the notch trowel so that I can get purchase with the mosaic onto it. So as it's an instant grab tile adhesive, it should be easy, good to go and applied in one go on the wall. Okay then, off I go. So this is the first part adhered to onto the wall. So that's about 3 foot high, something like 90 centimetres by, oh gosh, what did I say? 34 centimetres. So, oh gosh, do you know when things are on the table and you're working on it flat, in a different room and a different lighting, you never guess what joy and beauty will happen as soon as you put it on the wall where it belongs. And it's looking so sparkly. It just reminds me of a sari with all these lovely gold bits. So I'm very excited. So what I'm going to do now is put some more added pressure to this so that it's absolutely flat. When it's completely dry, there's 1 or 2 areas I'm going to resolve. I'm going to take off these 2 because they're looking a bit too spacious around this edge here. So because I've got more of this tile, I'll take it off, reshape it and put it right up against it. So there's more of a 3mm gap, a bit similar to this gap here. So yeah, so that all is looking gorgeous. So I'm going to continue working on this now. Okay friends, all done and dusted, and here's what this part of the mosaic looks like. Like I say, it really reminds me of a sari, and it's picking up all the gorgeous reflections from my bedroom, and I'm loving it. This is inspiration, because now that I've done this bit, I can then continue along here, because I've got so many those, you know, so many of these like straight bits that I might continue that further up and use some gold as well, because I'm really liking the way this gold is, and I think I'll repeat that down here and perhaps here as well, because I'm loving that. Hopefully I've got enough. I can order some more. Lucky me, lucky me. So yeah, so on to the next part, I think. Maybe immediately, maybe not. Got to figure things out now. Okay then, speak to you soon. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course this YouTube channel. Okay then, bye.